Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I upload timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Leo and Aquarius on Fridays. Let me just pull out these cards that flew out for you guys. But like I was saying, the deck that I'm using today is called the Wisdom Seekers Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description below. Also, just as a final heads up, sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I usually don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. And I usually go for 8 or 9 cards, and there they are. So, with that being said, we can get started on your reading, but I do want to take the time to remind you guys that if you enjoy the reading, the best way for me to know is by leaving a like or a comment, and I really love reading your comments. But before I get started on your overall energy here, I do want to mention that I saw the Devil card while I was shuffling, but it didn't come out. And when it was in the deck, it was upright. So certainly I feel like there's this energy of the devil creeping up on you, but you don't have to worry about it because it's not gonna get the better of you. You are far too prepared and far too smart for that to happen, is the energy that I'm getting. But like I was saying, your overall energy here is the Five of Cups. Now the Five of Cups can be a very negative card. It talks about having 3 cups that aren't, or rather 3 cups that are spilled over and having 2 cups that are not, right? So the sort of takeaway from that is that, at least for me, like, hey, you can look on the positive side where you have 2 cups remaining, or you can look on the negative side where you have 3 cups that you don't have anymore, right? But I feel like, you know, because it's not in the reverse or anything, things aren't maybe as bad as you first see, because I'm looking even at this card and obviously the seawater isn't able to be drank, but even though you have sort of these cups that have spilled over, the symbolism around it is filled with water. So I feel like this may be a minor setback for you, but it's not the kind of a setback where it's permanent at all. And even just like looking at the depiction of the cups in this card, like none of them are spilled over. And I know what the actual meaning of the card is, but the fact that they're not in the picture almost leads me to believe that you guys are in an energy where, even though there's these negative things going on around you, you're not perceiving them as such. They're just lessons for you. And I feel like when you take it that way, instead of setting you back, it actually does the opposite. It helps you because now you're learning from, you know, possible things. And I feel like you are gonna basically be at a point where you have a contingency plan for literally anything that could happen. And like I was saying before, like, you're prepared for this energy and nothing is gonna catch you by surprise. And I feel like that's really nice because you have a lot of this confusing reverse energy here. First of all, you have the Prince of Wands. Now, the Prince of Wands is also the Knight of Wands in other tarot decks, but more than just that, he's a very passionate person, but the fact that he's in reverse almost leads me to believe that they're not quite what they seem. I looked at the clock, and it on the video while I was saying that, and it was at 4:04, and I don't know why, but the first thing that came to my mind was that 404 error that sometimes pops up on computers where it's like you were trying to get a file but it wasn't found. And I feel like that's this person because, first of all, the Prince of Wands, especially in the reverse, is very much a person who is very flighty, who's very immature, who sort of comes in and comes out. So I feel like, you know, you look and you see him and then you turn around and suddenly he's not there. So definitely be wary of, you know, being overly trusting of this person, and do talk to them and do say what your expectations are, especially if you're in in sort of the mindset of being in a relationship with this person, because I see the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles to me is a card about sort of egocentricity, selfishness, and keeping things for yourself. And usually there's a lot of stuff that we can learn from that, because I find that the kind of people that are attracted to these kinds of videos are empaths who have a hard time doing that, right? Who have a hard time sort of taking care of themselves first before they take care of others. And I think that the fact that this Four of Pentacles is in reverse sort of points to that. It's sort of pointing to this over selflessness, where you're giving and giving and giving until you kind of can't give anymore, right? And I feel like the fact that we have this energy of this person who is very flighty, who is very immature, might be taking and taking and taking, because you're giving and giving, and there's just this very vicious cycle where it's like you're overexpending yourself and not really getting anything in return. And like, the point of relationships isn't to get anything in return, but you should want ideally a relationship that is fair and even and just for you, right? And even just like looking ahead, we have this Queen of Cups, which the Queen of Cups in the upright for me is very emotionally mature, right? And I'm sorry I keep like explaining the upright and then the reverse, but that's just kind of the best way for my head to explain or to understand it. So this person is very emotionally mature, very emotionally intelligent, able to sense the emotions of others, and able to empathize with them. I feel like the fact that it's in reverse almost leads me to believe that you're dealing with a lot of those dark aspects of that. So the overgiving, the sort of codependency that might lead to a situation like this. And we have the Five of Wands, which is conflict, right? Conflict and sometimes even competition. So it's looking a little bleak. And especially here with this Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles is the Independence card. So to see the Independence card in reverse, I worry that you guys may be going down a path of sort of becoming codependent on this situation or a person. I do know, I see that you guys are going to come out of it, especially since like this Devil card is in reverse. I would be very worried if this Devil card was in the upright and sort of this powerful World card wasn't here. So I feel like you guys are definitely putting a stop to this, because I feel like it's come to your attention and you're not having any of it, because you know, you need these energies in the upright. You need somebody who is this King of Wands and not just the Prince of Wands, and much less the Prince of Wands in reverse. You know, you need to be able to have things for yourself and take care of yourself, and you need to be independent, and you guys are emotionally mature, but I feel like you're giving in to sort of the intoxicating emotions instead of like eating junk food instead of eating your vegetables, I feel, but with your emotions. And I feel like all this energy together is leading to this Ten of Cups in reverse, and that's not the ideal, because the Ten of Cups is a great card to have. The Ten of Cups is a card about feeling very emotionally fulfilled, and I feel like the only real blockages here is this situation here. I feel like you're sort of falling into that path of overgiving and giving to where you are not in a position to give anymore, and then continuing to give, right? So I'm actually going to use a kind of funny wordplay here. Something's got to give. And I don't think it's you anymore. I don't think you're the person that needs to give. I think what needs to give is the situation, in the sense that you need to stop over giving. You need to put it sort of like an end to this with the World card, because the World card is just that, very powerful endings, and set healthy boundaries, healthy expectations. That's what I feel this Devil in the reverse is. I feel like you guys have really fallen victim to these chains, and by like almost your own design, in the fact that you were overgiving, and that's sort of become the new expectation. So you need to take back your power, and you need to sort of set more realistic boundaries and say, look, if you're gonna like receive this much, I need that much back from you. Or look, I cannot continue giving this much, I need to take some for myself, because if not, I won't be able to give anymore. So this is a problem that's very common in empaths. So I feel like a lot of you may be empaths, or a lot of you may be caught up in sort of romantic situations, or even family situations. I'm also getting legal disputes for some of you. So the moral of the story is set your boundaries and uphold them. Don't flex on them. Don't let them bend or even break, because you don't want this negative energy. And I feel like this reading is definitely a warning to becoming codependent. But you are very much able to, like, I feel like it's only a matter of time after you've realized that you're going down this path that you can just completely like snap out of it. And I have full trust that you guys will. So just take those first steps, and you're going to see that all these energies are going to unblock for you. But that was your reading first time around, Aquarius. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment, because it really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Aquarius videos on Fridays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.